Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Dog Nation podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Smith, aka Top Dog. First of all, I'd like to thank the San Diego high school football community in San Diego for their overwhelming support of our podcast. We're on episode 3, and we're still going very, very strong, and we appreciate all the well wishes, tweets, retweets, all the Facebook likes. After all, this is for you, the San Diego high school football community. Tonight, we talk about yet another big transfer here in San Diego. We also talk about the Southwestern 707 tournament that happens Friday and Saturday, as well as the two teams that will be traveling from San Diego to Huntington Beach to compete in this year's Battle at the Beach. And last but not least, we introduce you to 4 Cathedral Catholic Dons, one being the son of a former NFL superstar. We talk to the Poma Express about his recovery and how he's getting back on the gridiron, how it looks to be ready for the season. We talk to the most underrated wide receiver in San Diego. And last but not least, we talk to the new Don, Sunshine, aka DJ Ralph. Stay tuned as our show gets ready to begin. Well, we start off tonight's broadcast talking about the Southwestern 707 tournament. This tournament it's actually a 2-day tournament that starts tomorrow, Friday. That's July 6th, and it runs both Friday and Saturday. Friday is primarily the pool play, where teams will play 2 to 3 games to decide where they seed for the brackets. And Saturday is going to be bracket play. Basically, it's one and done. You lose, and you're out. Again, this is at Southwestern Community College, and it'll run 2 days, Friday, July 6th, and Saturday, July 7th. Last season, Lincoln was the winner. This season, who's going to win? Well, it's anybody's guess. The reality is there's a lot of teams that are on their dead period right now, so a lot of teams won't be participating as they were last year. But to anybody participating this weekend, we wish them good luck. The second one we'll talk about tonight is the Battle of the Beach. It takes place this year in Huntington Beach, and there's only 2 teams from San Diego that will actually be making the trip up to Los Angeles to play in this tournament. Those are Madison High School and Cathedral Catholic. Both of the Western teams will be traveling up to Huntington Beach to play in this year's Battle at the Beach tournament. There's going to be some pretty stiff competition up there. Teams like Narbonne will be participating in it, and some of the top teams from Los Angeles will be participating in it. So we wish Sean Doyle and Rick Jackson good luck in their attempts at to win the Battle of the Beach tournament this year. And today, some big, shocking news. By now, most of the Twitter world's already heard about it. Eastlake quarterback Daniel Lamont has left Eastlake for his senior year. Where's he going? Well, of all places, Helix High School. It's been reported by Daygo Football on Twitter earlier today at about 11:30 that Daniel has left Eastlake and actually enrolled at Helix High School for his senior year. That's a pretty big pickup for the Scotties because they were trying to figure out what they were going to do at the quarterback position since SDSU commit Carson Baker leaves for SDSU this fall. They were looking to fill those shoes, and Daniel Lamont did well in the Team Wakasi team at 7-on-7 this spring. So we look forward to seeing what he can do with a high-powered offense at Helix. They're a big passing game, so having a big, strong quarterback like Daniel Lamont looks to be very well for them. And without further ado, let's get right into our interviews. Now, this interview is so hot, right off the presses, that Top Dog's got to wear his shades. Anyway, get ready and stand by as we introduce you to 4 of the horsemen for the Cathedral Catholic Dons. Welcome to another edition of Dog Nation Podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Smith, better known as Top Dog. On tonight's podcast, we're going to talk to 4 Cathedral Dons. Yes, I went on air and I actually said these guys are number 1 in the county, so I figured I'd bring you some of the best in the business. Starting from left to right, we've got linebacker at Cathedral, Jordan Allen, son of an NFL Hall of Famer, Eric Allen. Next to him, you've got the Poma Express. You heard it here first. I coined the name, the Poma Express. That's Sean Poma, running back. We're going to talk to him about what it's like coming back off an injury and what he expects to bring to the table for the Dons this year. And next to him, in the white shirt right there, is the sauciest wide receiver and probably the slickest guy with the best routes in San Diego, none other than Zion Serrani. And the blonde bombshell is the new addition to the Cathedral Dons. That's Sunshine, DJ Ralph. All right, so let's jump right into it. Jordan, first question's for you. What's it like being the son of an NFL Hall of Famer?
Oh, I think it's great because you have such a perfect guy to look up to, also on and off the field, and he teaches me a lot of different things.
You know, that answer sounds a little too practiced, my friend. That's okay. Does he give you any tips on playing in big games?
Not really. We just go over film and just teaches me the basics with DB skills, with pressing, getting off the line as fast as he could.
Okay. So if we put the pads on today, you and your Cathedral stuff, your dad is Point Loma stuff, and mind you, your dad was a bad man. Could he cover you today?
No.
Oh, all right. That's big. That's big, man. I don't know. I think there might be some people that disagree on that one. I mean, he was one of the top 50 players.
I'm not a wide receiver, though, but I can just get him with one route, and it's over.
All right. All right, let's move along to the Poma Express. First of all, welcome back, Sean. It seems like we haven't seen you in almost a year. The injury, you went to rehab. How did rehab go? Where are you in that process?
Well, I'm fully recovered, 110%, but the rehab process was, it took a while, but I'm back full strength now and ready to put on a show.
So is that safe to say you're going to be ready for game one?
Ready. Right now, ready to put on pads, helmets, and strap it up.
You know, your first 2 years, everybody was comparing you to Tyler Gaffney. I mean, you had some incredible stats you were putting up. Nobody could stop you. I mean, you trucked Samson New, man. I mean, wow. Your career would look like it was headed off. Then we got some injuries last year. So you got one more year. What can we expect out of your senior campaign this year?
Well, I lost the whole season, so expect me to make up for 2 seasons.
Would you say you got a chip? Would you say you got a little bit of a chip on your shoulder?
I got a big boulder on my shoulder, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, let's move on to Mr. Sauce over here, Zion Sarani. You know, Zion, this past offseason, we saw you all over, like, the Southwest. I mean, I saw you playing for the Dream Chasers. I saw you with the Tucson Surf. I saw you at football camps. We saw you at Top Dogs Rating Day. Why so much football?
Well, it's just what I love. And coming out of Cathedral, you know, we run the wing T, which is a great offense. So at camps and 7-on-7 especially, it gives me an opportunity to show out in front of coaches and
kind of show off kind of your individual style and what you bring to the table as a player.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So, which brings me to my next question. What makes you such an explosive wide receiver? Because it seems like every time I watch you, I mean, you're 5'10", 15 yards apart from every DB that covers you.
I would just say the smartest man on the football field wins. So I know when I go out there, I'm not going to be the biggest or the strongest or the fastest, but I know how to run my routes based off of coverages, speed change, my releases, all kinds of stuff like that. So I kind of just specialize myself in all the things that I can.
Okay, that's a great answer. So what can I expect out of the sauciest wide receiver in Daygo this season?
Well, I would just say when you don't see the ball in Sean's hand running down to the end zone, you'll most likely see the ball in my hand running down to the end zone.
That's nice. That's a good answer. Well, which leads me to the new addition to the Cathedral Dons, just transferred in. That's DJ Ralph. We like to call him Sunshine. So my first question to you, it's a very serious question that all of our listeners want to know. Who's your hairstylist?
Well, I usually like to let it grow out for a little bit, but Zion's mom's a hairstylist, so I let her trim it up once in a while.
All right. So, DJ, I noticed you're also a pitcher, baseball player, a dual sport athlete, baseball and football. Which one makes your heart? Which one's closer to your heart, baseball or football?
I would have to say football. There's nothing like it. Being in a game, playing in a football game, when you got 11 guys on the field and it's coming down to the last couple seconds. Just nothing like that.
Okay, so hypothetical question here. You get drafted to play Major League Baseball, and you get selected in the NFL draft. Same year. Which one do you pick?
Both. Yeah,
all right, so we're going to call you the Sunshine Bo Jackson then, all right? Last one. So, you know, in the offseason, we saw you playing for Premium, a Los Angeles team. I got to ask, you know, I'm a San Diego guy. Most of my listeners are San Diego players. Why play for a team in LA and not play for one of our local teams in San Diego?
Well, for me, in the off season, it's all about exposure for me, and I felt it was best for it was just best for me to get more exposure down in LA with all the I just felt like there was a lot more exposure, and it really was true. Premium really got my name out there a lot better, and I'm really appreciative for that.
So what can I expect out of you this season, being your first year with the Dons?
Well, I mean, we have so many athletes, and we have so many key players that I don't need to do too much. I just need to get the ball to the key players and just do my thing, just try not to do too much, and I think we'll be straight, we'll be good.
All right, so I'm going to ask all four of you one big question, and this is a yes or no question, okay? With so many offensive weapons, and we know that Cathedral is typically a wing T team, and we're going to go from left to right. It's a simple yes or no. Does Sean Doyle change any of his offense from the wing T this year? Jordan?
We can't. That's classified. We can't tell you.
Okay, Sean? Sean? Can't tell you. Oh, it's classified, huh? Okay, all right. August 17th, we'll see. All right. Well, tell everybody up there I said hello at Cathedral, Coach Winston, everybody up there. Make sure you guys give love to the Poma Express. Wait, I'm not supposed to know about that. And before we go, it's shout-out time. Jordan, you're up. Anybody you want to give shout-outs to?
Okay, shout-out to my family. Shout-out to Coach Carter and Dream Chasers Athletics, Proway, and the colleges that have offered me and believed in me. So,
Sean?
Shout-out Mama, shout-out Pops, shout-out my offensive line. Always. That's a shout-out to the team. Shout-out team.
All right. Zion, you're up.
I would say shout out to my family, the whole Dons team, coaches, and my little prodigy DJ Justice. He'll be balling right next to me. We just got another kid from Nevada, from Faith, Briggs. He's a baller too, and the rest of the wide receiver core. And that's it.
And DJ, you about you? Anybody you want to give shots out to?
Shout out my family. Shout out Maserati Mike. Shout out Nick Gridiron.
Hey, by the way, I got to say, that guy, I mean, look, I got a cool nickname with Top Dog, which I appreciate. Scotty Young from Helix gave me that nickname. But Maserati Mike's got to be one of the best nicknames of any high school player in San Diego. I got to give that to him, man. That's a good one.
Yeah. Shout out Coach Berry. Shout out Harrison, our team manager. Oh, yeah.
Hey, by the way, you guys do know that Harrison's one of our Dog Nation members, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, yeah. He's very excited about that.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining me on tonight's Dog Nation podcast. We look forward to seeing you guys in the regular season. And